You know, I decided maybe I should record everything I'm doing, so, you know, if I ever want to remember how to put things back together, I'll have a nice little video collection of things that I did. So, for this front piece here, it's just 4 bolts. One here, one on the opposite side, and then one in here, and then one on the opposite side. Completely mirrored. They probably haven't been off since 1978, so they took a little bit of love and eventually gave in. A little bit of patience, but it's the name of the game, right? So, yeah, very excited for all of this. I don't know why I'd ever put these back on, but yeah, you know, you never know. Doesn't hurt to just do it with one hand and talk at the camera. So here I am. I'm gonna need to get a wrench for that. I hate it when it's like spinning fine. Almost all the way there, and then 3/4 of the way it decides to get stuck. So, yeah, I'm gonna need to grab a wrench to get that last one off. Be right back. All right, so I lied. There's actually 2 screws here, one there, and then one here. So there's 6 total. The 2 longer ones go up on the top, and the shorter one goes on the bottom. Very simple. So yeah, now you have this guy off, but you are stuck on this metal piece that holds the speedometer cable, this rubber piece that also holds the speedometer cable, and then this right here that holds the, I'm gonna guess that's the brake line. Luckily for me, this already has a rip in it, so I'm not gonna bother threading this through to save the rubber piece. So I'm just gonna pull this sucker out. Oh, this is a pain to do with my left. There we go. Well, that's good. Okay. So now to get the speedometer cable threaded through, you just have to, let me change hands. Just unscrew it right at the top. It was a little bit tight for me, so I just got some pliers and it was fairly easy with it, just to get a nice grip on it. And then you just pull this out, don't worry. There we go. So now with that out, you just kind of pull it through. And I'm gonna do that off camera. And just like that, you have your front fender off. Now, I found it easiest once I pulled out the cord to just push it back once I got the brake line out of the way in this. So yeah, I just pushed it back and grabbed it, and there it is. Now we gotta thread this sucker back up. Now don't forget where yours was. Mine, just for reference. Oh God, let me see if I can give you this angle. Oh, it was up through here. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you can kind of see. Yeah, it went just up through this hole and then to the cluster. So I'm gonna do that with both my hands. All right, task number 2 is taking off the back fender. Now I got a head start on this just so I can fill y'all in and not figure it out as I record. So it looks like you first have to take off the brake light because there's wires that are connected to here, 3. They run up and then go into this grommet, and they go underneath the fender and then run back and pop up here. Then they go up, obviously. So this, you got to take these 2 off. That's let's see, 8mm. So yeah, just get an 8mm, take those off. and you'll just unplug them. It's a brown, a green with a yellow stripe, and it's difficult because I'm colorblind, but you'll see it. And obviously look at a schematic, and it'll help you out. So yeah, once you get that brake light out, then I believe we just take these two, and that off. So I will be back when I do that. Also, real quick, I thought I'd get a good look of the wires, just so I take a good note. Oh, let's see here. All right, so looks like the right turn signal is light blue, and the left turn signal, that's a ground here. All right, let's see. Left turn signal is orange. I think that's orange. So, yep. All right, so it is off. I'm gonna run you or myself through the process. It was just like I explained. I took off these two and those two, and it just dropped right down, and I pulled it that way. I made sure to disconnect the light blue for the right turn signal and the orange for the left turn signal. And there was this very weird ground wire that went from right here to the end of the turn signal, right on here. I'm not really sure what that's for. If I have any problems in the future, I'm gonna come back to that, and thank the Lord that I'm documenting. Let's see, I pulled out this little mudguard thing. I just didn't really need any use for it right now, at least. Get me more access to inside here. That was very easy. It's not held on by anything besides these clips here. I just pulled it and pulled it back. No unscrewing, nothing. And to put it back in, I guess you just do the same thing. I mean, it's plastic, so you can bend it. What else did I do? It looks different, but I really didn't do that much. I did the seat, and there was just two bolts right here and right here. The second one, I'm gonna guess is the OEM bolt with a missing cotter pin. I just slipped this out. It's kind of sketch. Yeah, I just slipped that one out, and this was over there. So I undid that and took the seat out, just so I can have easy access. It was kind of in the way. And then just for fun, because I didn't really like the mirrors, I just unscrewed it. Very easy. You just literally unscrew the mirror. That's it. All right, next up on the agenda is to take off this chain guard. This is real simple. It's just held on, in my case, right here and right here. It's a 10 millimeter, and yeah, I'll be right back. And like that, it's off. I'm telling you, get some penetrating fluid. It is man's best friend. You'll thank me later. So it's off. I'm gonna keep that for record. All right. So there we go. Add this to the collection. All right, it's already looking better, in my opinion. To wrap up these videos, I'd like to talk about something a little bit more technical instead of just visual. This bike has a charging problem, and I bought it knowing that, and that's partly why I got such a good deal on it. But what I mean is, this is a brand new battery. At least that's what the old owner told me. And after giving it a test ride, it was starting to go dead. I mean, the light wasn't very bright, and the electric starter didn't work, so you know, I had to go out and get another battery, an AGM, instead of the lead acid, just to see if it would do any better, just to get it off the trailer and pull it in my parking lot in the apartment. Well, that one started getting low too, so I decided to test it. And the way you test it is you just charge it fully and then test it with a multimeter on volts, and it should be at 12, right? Then I ran it for 10 minutes on just idle, 1,000 RPM, and it dropped after 10 minutes from 12 volts to 9. And that's bad. It should not be that low at all. It should be, 12 or higher if you have a properly working generator or alternator or whatever the heck this bike uses to charge things. So I'm going to do some research, get a manual. Because again, I don't know anything about bikes. I'm just kind of jumping into this head first and taking my camera a long way. So yeah, side note, practice good habits. Always keep your nuts and bolts together, label them. If I had all the nuts and bolts in the world, I'd put a 10 millimeter nut on here and keep it on here, but I might just label it with a baggie. So as a quick recap, I took off the front fender, the tail light, 2 turn signal lights, the passenger pegs, the rear fender, the giant ugly seat, the mirrors, the mud flap, the oil reservoir cover, and the chain guard. I made a lot of good progress, so I'm happy. And yeah, just cleaning up, which you definitely should. Always clean up. Take the extra 10 minutes, because the reason why I'm missing all these sockets is because I was lazy when I was working on my first project. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Well, I did. And I'll decide what I want to do with this, whether put it on YouTube or keep it for myself. I don't really know. We'll just see how I feel. So, adios.